Good morning, my dear students. Today we are going to learn 1.6 The Alchemy of Nature. My dear students, this is the last chapter of this unit, The Alchemy of Nature. So, about the nature, the wonders of the nature, the miracle of the nature. Alchemy means the miracle of the nature. So let us see about the alchemy of nature. The various aspects of nature have special features that make them differ from one another. For example, birds, appearance, shape, color, size, food habits, habitat, sound, etc. So means there are various aspects of nature and they have the special features. So nature we cannot understand because nature is a vast, and so it's so difficult to understand the nature. But nature gives us something new. The nature gives us the knowledge. They teach us the lesson. And let us see about the alchemy of nature. So here we have seen the woods, means the trees, birds, all types of animals, and they have the special features. So let us see what does the poet say about the nature. We instinctively turn to outdoor activities, and nature is a way of relaxing, enhancing our well-being. Nature suits nature's fulfills and motivates. Nature whispers and commands. So we instinctively means by a natural instinct, that is the natural process, turn to outdoor activities, and nature has a way of relaxing. Suppose if we are bored, if we are tired, and so if you want to get change, if you want to relax, then we should go out. Means just like a study tour. So if we go to study tour, if we go on the long drive, and if we go in the deep jungle, so we can get the relax and enhancing our well-being. Nature soothes and nurtures. Nature fulfills and motivates. Nature whispers and commands. How these natures, what does the nature give us? The nature gives us the soothes, the fulfills and motivates, and nature whispers and commands. But we should understand the nature, and if we understand the nature, then we can get the message from the nature. Means that's we have to think, we have to motivate, we have to that meditation in the nature, and then we can feel something strange, something different, and we can get the ideas of the nature. What does the nature say to us? Are you listening? When I do, it leaves me in a complete wave. Wave means a great wonder and amazement. We have a hibiscus plant in our garden. Every fortnight a flower blooms on it. So we know very well about the nature, but we don't study, and that is why we don't have any idea about the nature. So the author says that is means if we see the hibiscus plant in our garden, and every fortnight a flower blooms on it, big, bright and tender, though the day it smiles with the sun and dances with the wind. But as evening approaches, it starts wilting. Wilting means, drying and dropping. So the hibiscus means it is a one type of flower. Hibiscus means it is a one type of flower, and we know if we plant this hibiscus in our garden, and after every fortnight, flower blooms on it. Flowers blooms on it. We can see the flowers on the plant and big, bright and tender. And what is the size of this flower? And what is the color and what is the shape of this flower? It is big by size. It is bright by the external appearance, and it is what is the form of this flower? It is a tender. It is tender, very tender means that's very smooth. And though the day smiles with sun and dances with the wind, but as evening approaches, it starts wilting. And throughout the day, it looks very beautiful. It smiles with the sun, and also it's dance on the when the wind blow, and so when the wind blow, that time it dance. That hibiscus it dance. But what happened as the evening approaches, it starts wilting. It starts wilting means it is drying. But throughout the day it looks very, very attractive. It smiles with the sun, and it's also dance with the wind. But when the evening approaches, when the evening comes, at the end of the day, what happens? It starts wilting. It starts pale. And the morning after, it withers completely, and by evening it falls and becomes one with the earth again. And after the night, it falls on the ground, withers completely. By evening it falls and becomes one with the earth again. The flower comes to fly only for a day, yet it does so in full splendor. What we to live our life, however short, it's to fulfill. So what is the life of this hibiscus? So that is the life. It's a very short life of this hibiscus. So what message give this hibiscus? Means whatever our life, what is the lifetime of our the life, but we should enjoy it. And so let's say the same, the hibiscus it has only one day life, but in a one day life it smiles, it dances, and it smiles and dances. But when the evening comes, when the evening approaching, that time it wilting, it is pale, it is become pale. So, but it also does so in full splendor. What if we to live our life, however short, to its full days? So, means we can get the idea from this hibiscus how to live in our life. Because life, like anything can change in the life, anything can happen in our life, and that's why. So every moment we should enjoy. So what this hibiscus can say, it is the nature, and nature can give us, the knowledge, that's information. We went to a rocky beach and saw the spread of the majestic ocean, and the rocks alongside, carved, sculpted, and shaped by the water. Water is so gentle, and rock so hard. Yet yes, the water flows over it every day. For years, the rock gives on. It takes the shape that the water commands. Our problems are so closer, and we are so small. Yet, if we persist, so means every aspects of the nature can give the idea how to live the life. Means we can get the information, we can get the hint from the nature. Means just like the hibiscus flower means can say something, but we can understand. And that is the same way, we went to rocky beach and saw the spread of the majestic ocean. at the bank of the ocean, on the seashore, means we can see the rocky beach and majestic ocean and the rocks alongside, carved, sculpted and shaped by the water. Because when the waves come to the seashore, and when the waves of the ocean hit to the rocky the rocky beach, that time, so it is sculpted and shaped by the water because of the waves. And water is so gentle, very well, water is so gentle, so, and rock so hard, yet as the water flows over it every day for years, the rock gives in. The rock gives in and it takes the shape that the water commands. So after hammering the water on the rock, so the rock, gives in it because of the hammering of the waves, and it takes the shape that the water commands. How the water commands, and that same the rock gives in and commands. And our problems are so close and we are so small that the same way we have the problems. We have many problems, and how to be solve the problems. So that is the greatest example of the rock. Whatever the problems come to us, so we should not frighten. We should not fear of anything, and then just we have to try. We have to solve this problem. We have to solve this problem like a rock, without frightening. And yet, if we persist, we saw small bits of grass peeping through the small rocks in a concentrate pavement. It left his thinking, however impossible things may be locked, and there is always an opening. So we saw small bits of grass peeping through the small rocks. On the rocky hill, we can see the small grass. We can see the small grass peeping through the means they are peeping through the rocks, and small rock cracks and a concentrate pavement. It left us thinking, however impossible things may look, there is always an opening. So it is impossible because they don't get the water. Even then, they are peeping through the rock, and so they leads thinking, however impossible things may look, and there is always an opening. Because without getting water, without getting any type of that, food, but even then it's looking very, what you can say, beautiful. It's very green because there are always an opening. Even then they are not getting the water on the rocky hill. So let us continue in the next video. That's it for today.